Hi everyone, this is Brittany, and today on the Living Beyond Asana vlog, I want to talk about my number one way to get along with people. And so this is a big one because I know sometimes it's hard to get along with people, and I don't mean just like to be friends with people or even just to be kind with people, but really like to accept each other. Like one of the number one ways that we can accept each other. And that way is recognizing that we are different. And I know this might go against some of these ideas that we hear of we are one and we are all the same. And yes, we totally are. We totally are one. We totally are all created from the same consciousness. I believe that deeply. And deep down at our core, at our center, we are all the same because we are the embodiment of love. However, on the surface, we are different. Our egos are different. And while, there's ways that we can come together and be like, wow, I feel that way too. And while a lot of times what you're feeling, someone else is feeling, what has brought you to this exact moment, viewing this, me talking to you in this moment, what has brought you there is completely different than what has brought anyone else to the same moment, right? Maybe some things are similar, but when it comes down to it, your life experience is different from someone else's life experience. No one has the exact unique life experience that you have. And that's the important thing to remember, because from that life experience, opinions were created. Right? So you have different ideals, different things that you know in your life to be true. You most likely have things that you perceive as right. You perceive as maybe the right way of doing things. Like this is the way you do it. This is the way you tie your shoe, or this is the way that you make this meal, or this is the way that you act in a relationship, or this is the way that you do this type of work. Right? This is the way that you succeed in completing a task. And think about it for a second. All of these ideals that we have, that we know in our lives to be true. And a lot of times what happens is when we come in contact with someone else, a lot of times they're not going to share those same ideals or those same opinions. Everyone learns differently. Everyone receives information differently. Everyone has different levels of memory. Everyone has different ways that they show their love. Everyone has different ways that they receive love. Everyone has different ways that they give compliments, that they show someone they care, and it goes on and on and on. And a lot of times when we come face to face with someone, there can be conflict because we at first might not see eye to eye, or we might just be presenting information that might be the same, but we might be presenting it in different ways. And a lot of times this is what creates conflict, because maybe someone just isn't doing it like you, or seeing it like you, or saying it like you. And sometimes that can be jarring or unsettling. So if we just take a moment and remember, like, wow, right, so this person is different from me. And also, like, I don't even know this person's story. I don't know what brought this person to this moment. Maybe it was amazing, but maybe it was horrific. Maybe it was traumatizing or sad. Right? So it's like we never know really what is beneath that initial surface. So it's really important to recognize that, and to recognize that, again, the way that we do things, perceive things, love, and see the world is through our own unique lens. When we can see this, and when we can recognize our differences and honor them, recognizing that we don't all have to have the same points of views, or more importantly, we don't have to exercise them in the same ways, we can get along. And more than get along, we can really honor each other. So the next time you find yourself passing judgment on someone, I want you to take a moment and recognize that that person's difference of opinion is okay. Right? Even if it's something that's like feels really wrong to you, or even harmful, just take a moment and recognize that it's still okay, because their life experience brought them to this moment, to this point, to this opinion, and it's different from yours. So instead of kind of fueling separation and be like, oh, we're different in that way, right? We're different and you're wrong. We're different, and that's okay. Right? Different doesn't need to mean separate. Different's just different. Okay? So I would love to hear about maybe an instance or an experience that you have been in where someone had a difference of opinion. How'd you handle it? How do you want to handle it? Okay? So leave it in the comments below, and I will see you next week. And just remember to kind of bring that consciousness and that love in, especially when judgment arises. Namaste. Thank you.